Pretend like it's the first time Echo and Powder are shown in a warped vision at the start of Arcane's 7th episode. Now that they are back in the Undercity, it is very much a different world from the one that existed before the suffering and bloodshed. In particular, prior to the development of Hex Tech, there is a cheerful vibe about everything, especially because Vander is still in charge of the pub and Gert and Milo are still alive. Powder is destined for greater things, according to Vander, who communicates to her. Echo is not alone though, as his new bestie, Heimerdinger, is here too. It would appear that the pair have been thrown into an alternate universe, where the anomaly has dislodged and sent them hurtling through time. While Echo has only just woken up in this place, Heimerdinger has been here for 1,128 days. He's been waiting all this time, and out the back of the bar, Powder shows up too. In this reality, Powder and Echo have been working on an invention together, and it now becomes clear that Vi is dead. The reason there's no Hex Tech stems from the tip-off for a job, given by Echo. It would appear they were successful in destroying all of it rather than the other crew members dying and Powder joining Silco, but instead, it destroyed Vi. Echo goes hunting at the warehouse and recovers fragments of the Hex Tech. He wants to use this to recreate the anomaly and mess with the Arcane. He encourages Heimerdinger to help him, but does take the time to talk to Powder, painting a beautiful mural of Vi and explaining how she's strong and an icon in her own right. This is, of course, a lovely contrast to that mural of Jinx we saw earlier in the 2nd season. Elsewhere, Jace awakens in a nightmarish realm completely destroyed and consumed by the Arcane. A whole bunch of humanoid androids suddenly awaken amidst the rubble and look set to attack. Jace tumbles off a cliff edge and hits the ground hard. He can barely move his leg, while he sees the horrors of the Arcane up front and in person. Meanwhile, Echo, Heimerdinger and Powder work together on reconstructing the anomaly and find out they can manipulate time and send themselves back. Echo realizes that the limit is 4 seconds, thanks to some pretty gnarly visions of Heimerdinger being destroyed. During a big party that night, we find Silco is still alive and it seems he and Vander are pals again after letting bygones be bygones. Powder and Echo start dancing together, pretending like it's the first time they've been together. As they kiss and enjoy their time, Jace makes it to the very top of the Arcane-ravaged construct. This is where it began. The end of Piltover because of Hex Tech. Jace is desperate for a chance to change things, which is intriguingly the exact same mission that Heimerdinger and Echo are conducting. Remember those visions of Heimerdinger dying earlier in the episode? Well, it turns out they were foreshadowed glimpses of what will be, and he's been aware of his own demise all this time. He sacrifices himself to send Echo back, just as Alt Powder shows up and sees Echo passed out. Our Echo is consumed within the Arcane and disappears from view, back to our reality, as Alt Echo reawakens. However, Alt Powder is back in her lab and it turns out, she's had the Hex Tech all this time, locked away to potentially use. Understanding the stakes we're building to is made much easier by seeing what might have been, and that we didn't spend too much time in the parallel dimension. It is difficult to imagine how things would have turned out if Vi had given her life and the Hex Tech had never been invented, even though this is a common cultural cliché these days. The irony here is that, in theory, she might still employ the materials she has hidden in her drawer to confront the same reality. After witnessing the devastation and mayhem that have engulfed the planet as a result of the Arcane spiraling out of control, Jace is taken away to symbolic hell. Given that these are the last episodes, Arcane hasn't held back when it comes to eliminating characters. This time, Heimerdinger loses his life to fate. I hope that his sacrifice will not go unnoticed. That concludes our review for today, but the discussion is far from over. For more, leave a comment, hit like, and subscribe for more videos. Keep the magic of movies alive until the next time. Signing off from fkbytes.